There we go. Can you hear me? Am I good? Am I live? I think it's all messed up. It looks like I'm using one of the weird. Here's that possible rejection. If you can hear me, let me see if. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get some music on here. That 50's kind of rejecting. I'll draw the line. Maybe watch for one more test. Right here. Oh wait, I need a different account. Is it Apex? Oh yeah, that thing's done. Hold on. Reset this thing. There we go. New account right here. I'm watching for this to reject right here in the high 40s. But it's kind of getting a little bit of a base here in the low 40s, but I'd still like to see that crack. I wouldn't get in. I'd get in short up here, potentially right here. But then you got to watch for this trend line right here. But it could also be a pennant flag and a breakout. But going that into resistance, I don't like it. I wouldn't want to go long on that. So draw my line from here down to there, and just watch for the reversal. Shorting. Oh, I didn't get filled. I still might. Shorting 2 contracts there, only risking to like 55. Okay, short. Risking to 55. I'm hoping that maybe I should give it a little more room. 55, 25. There's the short. There's the drop. And then you just got to watch for this trend line to be the snapping point or the cover point. Watching, and if it fails here, it could fail to about the 40s and then continue all the way down here to this area here. So you can cover one right there right now. All right, or you can hold on to for the big enchilada all the way down to here, which then this will probably be another spot. But that's also a risk you're taking on, because it could just snap back up and then recover. Right? You could also add more short here if you're crazy. You want to just take the bigger spot and move if this doesn't hold. But this is kind of like some support in this little area right here. But then if it snaps, it holds all these, it traps all these longs here, and then they usually flush out and then all the way down here, and then you cover right down here into support. So like this, if it bottom breaks, then they all flush out. Doesn't always happen, but see, this is what. Okay, so now it's going back up. So it held this trend line, which is now support. It's trying to retest the 50s and try to regain the 50s. I'm gonna add on the ask, of course. 4 contracts short, watching for the rejection like that. I'm now going to cover 2 on the bid. I might have to grab some off the. That's okay. I had to grab some off, and then there it is. There's the 2 outs. And now it's going to recover. Nice trade. $337. So this is kind of holding up here. This is starting to become like a nice little support zone. It's going to keep testing, and then eventually this is going to probably break out. But obviously, or will reject. But it's looking kind of strong. It's kind of holding up a little bit. There's some buyers in here. So. Can you guys hear me? '50s are down, breaking out, yeah. So it looks like this whole little zone's breaking out. Cool. I think I'm live. Sorry, I'm having some issues. Just making sure. Chat is a questionable one. There's that rejection off the top, and it's just going to be trading here in this channel. Were you able to see that trade, Trapper Man? So here's that rejection I'm talking about, right? Then you just got to watch support right down here in the 30s. Horizontal line. Put your zone in. Put your line in. Also, looking at the volume profile, it gets a little weak right there. So there might not be very many buyers. But, nevertheless, still put it in as a green, apply, and then make that thing so you can see it. Make it super obvious. This could reject here and then come right back down to the green line. But it's something just to watch. So I'll take a 5 on that. Oh, I did not see that. Oh well, I took the very bottom. That's not where I wanted to take it. It dropped faster than I wanted, so I'm probably going to get out of this on a quick scalp. I'm going to wait for it, see if I can get it. Yeah, That's not where I wanted to be. That's not where I wanted to be. I'm going to wait though. Maybe I can get out with a little bit of a profit here. Have it snap back down. Profit would be into the 30s. I'll take it. Boom. Right into the line, support line. Little bounce off the 30s. Gonna see if it's stay strong or stay weak and pop right down. Watching it. It's snapping back up. Little bounce. Getting a little bit of momentum off that support, right? And then potentially rejecting, but I'm not sure. It could be a double bottom here. So watch it come up here and then potentially come back down and touch these 30s again. Retest. And then if it likes it, it's going to hold and then do a trend reversal and probably head back up. We'll see. Right? But you need to break this trend here. So then you draw another line in right here. Oh, dude, that's not where I put it. So it breaks that line. Now it's going to continue to start pumping back up. Just like that. This was the trend line that I was watching it break. Here's that double bottom. So it broke the line, came back up. Now it's retesting its support here. Seeing if it could either trap longs for the support hold. And then rip higher. And if it breaks this trend line, you don't get short until it breaks this, if it breaks this support line, then you wait, and then you want to retest. Okay? This is trading like easy as hell. So here, if like right now, if I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go long right here, right? So say I want to go long just to try to retest this, and it's going to be a double bottom. I'll go long with 500. It's just a super small trade because if it breaks 30s, I'm out. If it holds, which I'm looking like it may, we'll find out. You need to see this turn green over here. You need some buyers to step up and squeeze out all these people that are starting to short a little too early. They freak out. It's going to rip right back up and retest back up here to the mid 35s to the 35s and all the way up. But see, now they're slamming it. So it slammed all those longs that just got long there, and now I should be pulling out of this. I'm going to give it a second to be able to regain, potentially. Because that could be just a bunch of liquidity grab, pop down below the support, and then pop right back up. Could. I'm not sure. It's looking a little weak. I'm watching the time of sales. Yeah, it just broke. I'm out. Oh, I bought again. My bad. Meant to. I was gonna try to do a little bottom scalp, just see if I can grab and then regain a little bit here to see if it can just pop right back up to the mids, real quick, just to be able to get. It's not the best way to trade, but just to get a better average, and then lose a little less. It's going to roll over. Leave 5 on. I think I'll be able to get this back. All the way back up here. But see, I just grabbed all that I lost and grabbed it right back. Not saying it's a very good trade. That's a terrible way to trade, especially with large size and you have a limited capital. But if this thing can regain its liquidity grab here and keep going back up and go retest the 30s, it's a good move. And then if not, then it'll just roll back over, which is looking pretty weak. So the roll back over is not a bad move. It's not bad. I'm going to watch it though for a little bit. Watch it pop up, snap up, right? And then I'm just going to get out, roughly break even, and then I'd like to see it roll back over. But we'll see. Yeah, it's already rolling over. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna wait just for a second. One more snap up. One more snap up. Nope. Not really. Alright, I'm gonna get out and just cut it because this thing could start falling a little heavy. Once it gets in the 15s, it breaks the 15s, comes down and retests the lows. Yeah, there's that snap. It's going to keep on going. It's probably going to go all the way back down. So this whole zone here is starting to break. It's breaking structure. That's fine. I mean, let's see what I'm down 653. It's not a big deal at all. You trade these this is just a prop firm account. The one I did earlier is I blew this one up early night. I was getting just whatever, swinging for the fences, doing stupid trades. Passed this one today, 53,047. I got it's 9:18 in the West Coast, so I gotta wait till the banks open. I just funded a cash account for 7,500, so I'll pull that out. And I'll trade that one too today. Just waiting here. See if I can get some non-copyright music on or something. It's kind of probably quiet, unless you guys are playing music, which is probably good. No copyright background music. I don't even know what this is. I'm just gonna try it. I got a phone call. Excuse me a minute. Hello? This is him. Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah. It's actually not that sore. I'm kind of keeping ahead with the regiment of see that. Not moving around about 0. Yeah, I feel a little bit. Yeah, quite like 3 or 4-ish. I haven't took much of a look, to be honest. I just, I mean, yeah, you might see it doesn't look like it's too bad, I guess, but I've been just trying to, like, lately, like, trying to paint a cup and stuff and just trying to, go. Take care. Bye. Oh man. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Take that phone call. Nurse calling me up for my surgery I had. All right. What do we at here? So it broke that support line up here. Coming down. We're looking left, right? Look to the left. I should say looking left, correct. We're coming into the 19.8s. Hey, Trapper Man, didn't I say something about I said something about you know, that area up there in the 50s rejecting. I want to say I did. Watching for it to reject. Anyhow, this could be a whole nother drop and then hold in the 8s and then pop back up, but it's currently just trending down. Okay, so the next little test would be like the 11s and 12s, 13s in there, but it's not looking great, right? So you can see, watch it pop up here, and see how it acts at this first little, like, I call it like atmospheres. So like, first little atmosphere here. Let's see how it looks right now. So it's going up into the 13s, and it's hitting, but it's not really doing much. I want to see that thing break through, come back, retest, hold, and then keep going higher, and then retest this 22 area and this 20 area, right? So we'll just give it a minute, and then also the time frame that I'm on is that 100 tick. It's the time period's tick. Okay, there we go. Cool. So it went up, it broke through a little bit. Now it's into the 15s, 16s. It's running, right? Broke this little structure here in the 15s. Now it's going back up into the 20s, which this is pretty typical with like NASDAQ when it comes down to these certain areas. Like the 15s, like it'll go 20 and then it'll come back down, kind of like that, to the 15s usually. Not usually through the 15s, but it can go to the 8s, which, let's see, did that go to the 8s? Yeah, it did. Hit the 8s. This is weak. This is getting weak. This just got rejected off these little areas, and the trend is, it broke, but then it failed. It was a failed trend reversal, and so it's come back down. Maybe a double bottom. You could always take a look at other time frames too. So like the minute chart, look at that minute chart. So like the minute chart shows it this topping tail and like coming and slamming down and reversing and denying like that right into these little averages, and it's just denying all that. It's like, oh no, you're not gonna reverse here, buddy. You're out. And then they slam the bid, right? So the 5-minute chart, again, look at that nice topping tail. So if this thing closes and is not doing well here at the 19.8s, you could expect most likely some little, tug of war in here. You're going to see some chop, but you're also going to see if this thing can fail and break down and go back down to the 80s, retest these 80s, which was the support on the 5-minute, right? So this could most likely break and go back down and test 90s first, and then possibly mid 70s to the 80s. This is that doji candle, like, so it just closed right there. It's weak. It's pretty weak. I mean, you could say, hey, new candle, make a new high at 19,809, but I mean, look at the volume. It sucks. And then you look over here at time and sales, and it's just chopping around. There's the buyers coming in. There's sellers kind of slamming it. Until you have that huge imbalance, you're not going to know what to do. I mean, if you had like book map or something, you can see it. So right here's where you can get in long and then just risk down to like 97 or something. And it would be a pretty decent trade on just a quick pop up. But this could also be a bear flag. And then once support doesn't hold here, it'll be a liquidity grab, big spike down, and the tail's down, right? And everybody hits their stop losses because they're just below this obvious level. And people just get stopped out. And then all the buyers can come in because they want to support the 90s or something like that, and then it starts reversing back up. That's a scenario that could happen. So here we go. They're testing the 15s again, but right into these moving averages. So like this is like a 20 moving average, which is the red one. And then I got the 14 right here. These are all SMAs on a 5-minute chart. But if you look at it, this thing's just going back and forth. It's just like trading in a range. It doesn't know what to do. It's trying to hold the 19.8s. It's not great, but the volume's low. So that's a 5-minute chart. Go back to the 1 minute. 1 minute doesn't look great. It looks like it has that topping tail down. And it's got a doji right here. Topping tail down again, another. And it's just like, okay, so it came up, it popped to the 15s. This could be a reversal. It's just got to wait for it to close. But I'm just saying, if this keeps closing like down with wicks down, it's not great. It's like there's a few buyers in here, and then eventually it just rolls over and it comes right back down. And it's going into its little moving averages as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just popped right back down and retested the 19.8s. But as long you gotta watch the time and sales, you gotta see what the price action is doing. Well, here it goes. Pulling back down. It's gonna test the 5s first, and then once it tests the 5s, it could just try to hold those 5s and then pop back up. And it's just this little small range that keeps trading, or just drops right back down into the 9/8, as you see right there. And then, so here's where I was talking about where you can get that possible flush and all the stops get hit. And that those stops can be hit for about 20 points even. It could be a nasty big tail that, candle that whips down, but this would be a bottom break, right? Bottom break right here is what could happen. you got a lot of buyers, well, some buyers coming in, but look at the volume. The volume's going, it's less, right? So as you see this big volume candles, and then they're all kind of just going and sloping down. Well, when volume was up here sloping down, what happened next? It broke. And then it started going and trading lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if it hits into the 90s and this thing snaps. It doesn't look like it would hold. So like the 8 of this up there, I'm gonna throw in a couple points, or a couple of contracts short here. So you can get a fill. There's 1, there's 2. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll watch it. It could hold though. I mean, this is turning. It is going sideways, and it can hold, but it's not looking. I don't know. It just doesn't look very promising. If it gets some momentum though, it could turn right into the moving average again. Let's see what happens. It's getting some buyers in there, up to the 15s again, and rejected. Possibly going to trap some longs here. And it's not the greatest to go, you want support to usually break, come back, retest, and then get short, right? This is just going for like that bottom break, just like a flat top breakout. This is a flat bottom breakdown. Just watching it. See if it's going to hold. It's kind of looks like it might get like 2 bars in here that are finally positive, going to the upside. But it's got to get through this. Which it could. I mean, it's been going sideways and holding support at the, up in that area. Ooh. Slammed. Okay. Got slammed there for a minute. Still watching the price action. It's running into these moving averages, but it's trying to just break through. Down 5. Gotta watch my size here. It's going to the 20s. It's breaking out. It's kind of curling up. It's going to retest up here into the 30s. I don't know if I can hold the 2 contracts much longer, though. I'm going to say I don't believe it. I'm going to go short. I'm going to short, wait for a little pullback here, hopefully. Thinking that this is just a lie. Got average down. There's the 15s. The 15s have to hold to keep on going higher. Which they can, because it curled off the bottom off the 19.8s, came up. Now it's coming back down to hold those 15s, and then probably continue higher. If it doesn't get slammed on the bid. Just gonna give it a minute here. I don't believe this, so. There it goes, pulling down. I'm gonna cover half my position so that I'm got a better average. And then I'm thinking it's gonna come back down and retest into the 5s. Right back down here. So that topping tail came up and retested it over here. And then now it's came up, retested it, and it rejected. But this is its own little mini support in here that I could try to hold and then continue to curl higher. I'm still going to stay short. See if I can ride this thing out. trap those shorts, and then come back down and test the 9/8, and then hopefully that's when that bottom breaks. But we'll see. Just watching it. I might even go down to one contract because if it snaps against me, and then you just leave one on for the dream, like right here, watching the reds coming in a little bit. Time and sales, reds coming in. Okay. Some buyers coming in trying to hold that 5. If it can't hold that 5, it's going to get pushed and pulled right down. Pull right down. Right here could be the snap. This is where those bottoms just go snap and they get crushed. I'm just watching for it. Looks like there's some buyers coming in. I'll take off one contract. Covered. Watching it. I'm watching it for the dream here. This is where I would like to see, besides this little bit of cover, this is like some guys that are shorted up here, just taking that scalp. Bottom break, right? Watch for the bottom break. Because if these 5s can't hold, it's gonna be nasty. That volume just keeps getting lower. It's just the volume sucks. So just watching it. Nothing in here says to go long. This is just a zone. It is holding though, this little zone. I'm just waiting for that bottom break. But if you see it starting to curl up, then there's not going to be much of a bottom break. But if it starts curling up, like if you start seeing a couple... I'm on the wrong account. I'm going to get out of that. I've already passed this one. I need this one. Alright, that's okay. I blew one up, blew this one up, and then passed this one. Slow market. It's just been trading sideways here for a while, just holding those. There's just not really much going on. It's hitting the moving averages, the simple moving averages, and just staying in that area. Okay, retesting that bottom. Here's the snap. Retesting it. This could be the one where you wick down and then get spot right back up. This is where I'm going to grab 5. Grabbed 5. There's that grab. We'll see if it can hold and keep pushing up. Keep pushing. Here's where it squeezes up. If it could hold. If it could hold, come on. Needs to see that volume pump in, and all the buyers coming in time and sales. It's really slow, man. This is slow because it's like lunchtime. All right, there's a little pop. It was a little pop, but it wasn't much. See, it's kind of hanging in there. Man, this thing is not doing much. Let me give it a minute. Oh, no. Come on, save it. Come on, you guys. Get in there and buy. There we go. Buy. There we go. There's the push. I'll take it out right there. It was $500 back. Getting back to almost break even on the 50,000. For a minute there, I was like, yeah, it's gotta go. But it's going on low volume. That's why nobody's buying. Not bad. Alright. These are just mini scalps getting in. Getting into some mini scalps. Ugh. It's trying to hold. It's trying to hold this zone, right? So if we go on a 5-minute chart, let's see what we got here. So 1175, that could be interesting. So if we draw a trend line going up here from lows, it did break it. I'm gonna make that yellow so we can see it really easy. It says something went wrong and I can't see my my chat, so just to let you know. Look at that, snap right down. And right back up. All right, so it's starting to hold the trend line here a little bit. And then you have the accumulation distribution line starting to curl up too. It's over where it previously was before. So it's starting to get a little momentum I'm seeing here. And then everything's starting to curl up a little bit. It's not a lot. It wouldn't be bad to go for a long right here and then just snipe it to, you know, a $5 move or something. I'm gonna go back to 100 ticks. See, this is, I don't like to see that. This doesn't look good to me. This is, I mean, it's still on track, but so if I draw a mini trend line, it's still trending, but it's very close to potentially breaking. I don't know, I don't like it. And then up here, this is like a, it's low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This thing here, and then just doesn't hold and breaks. I don't like that. I wouldn't want to go that long. Honestly, it doesn't look nice. Volume sucks. It's not good for me. The 8s, there it is. This is where you would break out or get out. This is not doing it. There's the snap. Yeah, see, it's not a good long. This would be no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do this. Just watching it, it's gonna roll over. It's gonna roll right back on down. And I wouldn't want to get short here because this is like a support in those 5s, like an area, right? So, in case that does hold and then just rip back up. But it's lunchtime, lunch hour. Slow, sideways action, boring. It's a very small zone, and that's trading. It's trading sideways. It's all chopping here. This is not the greatest to be trading. There's that snap, bottom snap. Watching that go down into the 90s. Can it hold? I'm not sure this can hold. I don't think I'd take a long here. I would take a short for a bottom break.
This is a breaking news alert. You have a
It's holding, but I don't think that's good. Alright. I'll be back in a minute. Gotta take a phone call. Yo, yo. Alright. Just hang in there. Something like 3 hours. Just text it. I went online. There's this lady that does tarot online, and she's super cool. So yeah, soon, and then she's like, "Whoa, all right, actually, never mind. I got a super strong, you know, whatever on this." And she goes, "Okay, yeah." She goes, I heard that. I heard that. That's weird. Because I heard that. I heard that." She said it a hell of a time. I didn't see his last name. She's like, "I heard that. Okay, I hear you." She goes, "He's like really saying heard a lot." I was like, "This is fucking weird." She goes, I'm gonna pull a card for him, to let you know what's going on, and if he's, you know, but he's, and then I pulled the card, and it was like, he's like happy, good, joyful, he's good, he's alright. And she pulled this, and I was like, what the hell? It was a trip, dude. It was super crazy, and then he's like, he's gonna be there for, you know, for the family, and guide, and just, it's crazy. I'm not breaking, I don't know, I mean, he's like gonna be there for her, for the kids, for the family, be around, kind of pop in, you know, but, I guess this is just the journey that Rich wanted to experience with, just fucking crazy, and the kids, I mean, it's so fucked up on Earth, but I mean, that's what they wanted, I mean, that's what they would want, but that's what they are, yeah, which is crazy. So anyways. Oh, this thing's going against me. It's holding. Alright, well I'll hit you back. I'm doing some trading. Oh yeah, I have ice on it right now. Alright, Mom. Alright, love you. Drive safe. Bye. Just letting this thing work. Looks like it's going against me, going with me for a second. It's all in a matter of time. It's not a bad long, because if it holds, you know, if it breaks, you only have a certain amount of points, but if it breaks out, as people start getting back from lunch, this is like a nice little support area. It's been hitting, and this is all sideways action, but then eventually holds and then can go higher. The market is down on the day by a few points, nothing crazy. 50 points, no, it's nothing. I think there's going to be another pullback here. So I'm going to go a little bit short. Hopefully this doesn't pull back on me too hard. A little bit more. I'm going to go 5. I wanted to pull back here and have this reject and pull back and not break out. Just going to try to see what I can get out of this. This could be the breakout though. Just watching it, see what happens. Need to come back in and retest. Like that. Keep going. Touched it. Got bought up. It's going to keep coming back down. I'll cover right here. Just to get a better average. But I'm not trying to get... This is looking like it's going to break out. Yep. Looking like it's going to break out. Hope I'm wrong. Hope it comes back down into where I'm at, but it's looking like it's going to break out. Dang it. Ooh, it's testing. Gotta see where I'm at here. Down. Okay, let's see if we can reject. It looks like it's going to break out, though. You got volume coming in. A big volume spike here. See if we could... Probably gonna go to the 15s and then run to the 20s. Wait for a small pullback. I'm gonna get in long. Come on, grab me. Grab me. Come on, grab me. Grab me. Grab me. Come on, come on, come on. Get in there. Small pullback. There's that micro pullback right here. Now I'm long 5. Go long more. Seven. I got 8. Don't reject me. Don't reject me. I don't have enough on that to get rejected. I need it to hold. I need this to hold. This should go back up. This should go to the 20s. And then keep ripping. Let's go. It's kind of... it's pulling back. I don't like that. Gotta watch it. See if we can hold. Keep going. Go up to the 20s. Yep. Come on. Big pop here. Big pop. It's gonna break out. This thing held. It held down low. I'm a little high here. I don't like this. I'm a little high. I wouldn't want to short it though either. This thing's getting some momentum. Watching it. It's gonna squeeze. Squeeze to the 20s. Come on. Let's go. Up to the 20s. Oh, don't do that to me. Just because I have such a large position in the short. I gotta watch the stop out. I only have 300 left. That might blow this account. There it goes, blown. See, that's what happens when you take so much size. Came right get back against us. Thought it was definitely going to the 20s. Probably is. Just like deep pullback. That's okay. So that's, I mean, these things are, $35. So it's not really a big deal. You win some and you lose some. It's part of the game. It's trading. Let's see here. Bank's gonna be open soon. Hope I get that wire out immediately. Oh, sorry, I didn't. The chat was all messed up. Yeah, I blew that account. No stop loss set. No. Like I figured it was gonna. I was thinking it was gonna break out. Lunch hours, kind of like tailoring in here. This whole thing's kind of like in a range, obviously. Yeah, I blew that account though. But I passed this one. Yeah, this one here is passed for the day. Blue 1, passed 1, blue 2, blue 2. So it's all good. Here's that bottom break finally. Now that the lunch hour is kind of coming in, this is that bottom break I was talking about. I was thinking it was maybe going to reverse, but there was not a lot of volume pushing up that towards that way. So here we go, testing into the 80s. Watch it maybe hold, come back up, retest into the 90s, mid 90s, before wanting to get exactly short. Right now it's just a falling knife, but it looks like, you know, some bigger money might be coming into this. Watching the volume, checking the 1 minute chart. Yep, that's snapping down there. But if you look across, so this trend line broke, this thing's out. You could pull that there for now. But this whole area right here might hold for a little snap back up right here in the 80s to the 90s. So there's the 83. So you draw a line there in the 80s just as just an idea that you got support right there probably. So this could be, and then I don't like the way the momentum's going. I'll make it a little bigger so you see. So up here now is going to be this top bar up here is now going to turn it red. You could never really get short though on it. It snapped through it, and it never came back up to really retest it. It was just, it wasn't there, so it was hard to get on that. This one though, you got this mini kind of hold in the 80s here, but I'm also looking at what kind of time frame am I looking at here? A 1 minute. So this is bottom and tail. Gets it right into the 80s. Bottom and tail comes up. Hits the 90s. Nothing really significant there to be able to get long. Not yet. I'd wait for something to get high. To like a new high. A new candle to make a new high. I mean, you'd like to see that tail like right into the support. Hold that support. And then another candle to make a new high. And then that's when you can get long. And then you can just go and just have your risk reward all set up going in. Yep. So right here, there's that tail. Yeah, it's not exactly into support, but at least you know where support is. In the 70s. And you might be able to see, there might be, you got to watch the volume, watch the time and sales, and maybe it'll put something in for a reversal, but right now it's not really doing too much. It's just kind of kicking around. Then again, you could always go short too at like the mid 80s, see if it holds, and then just put a stop, put like a $8 or something risk, and then if it just keeps flushing, you're gonna kick some butt. However, the support is here, so be mindful of that. Just be a micro scalp. Yep. So watch this. So if you are going to do this reversal, like I said, you almost want to hit it over the 19785s, but you got to see volume coming in. So watch this time of sales. If you start seeing it just getting punched, and all kinds of green are going through, then that's going to potentially be going. So right now, here's where like they would be going long, right? Just watch it. You can anticipate it and get in early, but then understand your stop's got to be kind of tight. Just because it's going to probably come right here and just knock you out. But it's hard to tell those reversals. Bottoming tail like this, next one to make a new high is usually what you want to do. So right here, new high, screw it. I'd say maybe go for it if you want. And I'd go 82s. So like right here, punch it, go long right here, and this super tight stop. I'd say like below the 70s here. But this could be a potential reversal right here. Just watch it. The time and sales, watch it. A couple of dojis on the 1 minute. Just have a tight stop, you know. There's another get bought back up again. You gotta let it work. I gotta scream. So like, you'd have to give it a, you know, 13 points or so. You'd have to give it some points. It's not the best. I mean, this thing's getting pushed down. Volumes. This thing's going down. It's not looking great. Yeah, this thing's looking. It's gonna pull back down. It's just grinding. But like I said, give it to like the 70s. This account's already passed. Passed this account today. Blew up 2 accounts. But that's what happens when you're trying to pass things in one day. You get aggressive. But this thing's not really doing too much. It's going down. That's for sure. It's not holding. It's kind of going sideways a little bit, but nothing really too crazy here. Remember, you're waiting until about the 70s to be able to stop out. So if this thing can work and grind, there it is, you'd be stopped out. Yeah, it snapped. So lunchtime's over, like on the dot. It's been an hour. It's 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern, and they're in, and they're snapping it. So I don't know if news came out or anything, because I'm not really watching that stuff, but it's a nice short. Look at that snap. Back into some more support down the bottom here. And I believe that's low at A. Low at A is right here at 19,743s. Support at 7. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Kind of. There was, right? Short or long, you would want it to go. So if you want to go short on that, you would just have to see it break and retest. So like, say it broke, right? Came back down and hit that yellow line support that I had down there. And then, so this green line now, right? I'm going to put it as red, okay? And I know it's not red exactly yet because it hasn't proved it, but I'm going to apply that as red. So it comes up here, retests this area, and then rejects it, and then comes back down. And then it'll be kind of in this channel. You don't want to diddle in the middle. Like right now, you don't want to go short or long right here in this middle of this little like support and resistance channel. Look left, right? If you look to the left, you're going to see right here used to be, this was support. It's now resistance. This is the new support, and you continue to just stay on with that, okay? And that's what you got to use as your guide. This also could be what? A bear flag, right? So you could have yourself just a nasty candle down, came back, you know, they covered, and then here goes, and it's good for continuation. But going into this support right here is not the greatest to go into support with that. However, there is a few things to think about. You're kind of like in that 50 mark, right? The 19,750 mark, okay? And then you also have low a day, you know, right there in the 40s. So just some things to keep in mind. If you snap this, if you, like right now, it wouldn't be a bad move to be able to go short right here. Like, I've already passed this account. Here, I'll just take one contract just to show you what I mean. So I'm going to wait for it to come back up here, test this 70s area, kind of. And then I'll go short here now. Okay, so I'd take that short, and I'd only risk, to up here to the 74s or something. So short, see if this thing can get some momentum and come back down, and then all these longs that are in here that are thinking this thing's going to reverse, they get trapped, right? And then this little support here snaps because they think, uh-oh, that's my stop loss, like right below this, because they do just too tight of a stop loss, right? Or, so as a short right now, I can go, okay, I'm going to cover in here because I don't want this to snap against me in case there's buyers that do come in and support this. So you would need that momentum like you got in this candle here to come ripping and slam into that. So as this thing's coming against me right here, it's like, okay, what do I do? Do I take the 100 points? Probably. Okay, so we got some buyers coming in, or I can go, okay, stop out, break even, right? I'm waiting. Let's see how this thing plays out. So in this little 1 minute candle, this one's like engulfing it now, which is a little bit, for the positive side. But I also have this up here. This is resistance up here. And who wants to buy into resistance like that? That's a horrible play. You don't want to do that. And you just look left. Everything's just look left. This could reverse and like go and get up here, get above the resistance and regain that support line, which that's what you would do if you wanted to go long. You wouldn't be playing in the middle here. But for me, because this is so close to this like resistance line, support became resistance line, that I would play this one down into this line here. Okay, see how it's pulling back now? And then if I'm like, hey, you know what? This is kind of higher than that one. You start looking at it. Is this going to hold? I'm not sure. If you're not comfortable with it, you could always bail out. Like, okay, I don't think this is going to work. And then you can bail out. But I don't know. It's kind of showing me a little bit of promise here. Buyers are coming in though. If I'm looking at the time and sales, watching it, gotta be careful. Just gotta be smart. Have a plan. When are you gonna get in? When are you gonna get out? Right? I decided, okay, I'll short it here. That's fine. Try it. And if it's going against me, or I think, oh yeah, it's gonna pop up here, then you just bail out. I'm thinking it's gonna wick and then just possibly roll over. But I don't know. Buyers are kind of getting in here. Let's go. So I'm gonna go test this up here, and they could absolutely push right through this. You just got to know that. You got to understand that that's a possibility. It's testing it. Watching the 70s. Can they reclaim it? Right into the moving averages. On the 1 minute. This is not like a critical time frame or anything. So it looks like they're kind of reclaiming it. So now it's going against me here. I'll pass this by the end of the day. I'm not really worried about it. So now I can flip. I can go, okay, this thing's gonna go. I can go long on this thing now, right? Okay, so it flipped against me. 3 contracts. I'll wait. It's gonna do a little pullback. In the 80s now, the 80s are reclaimed. I'm going to go long on the 80s. See if we can push it back up to the 90s. You don't want to see that reject. You want to see that push higher and go right back up into the 19.8s. And it might not. It might just get just enough and then come to the 80s or reject off the 80s. Who knows? Watching it. Buyers are coming in. Lunch crowd's, kind of done. They're coming in. So they should probably push this thing right back up. Just watching. It did just reclaim that huge sell off right there back into support and then the bounce. Small pullback, testing that support line. Could have got me a better entry if I. Just waiting. I think they're accumulating now because there's a lot of green going through in the mid 70s. And then up here is going to be your target up here in the 8s. So 19,800 range. And then you could also put in a line here because it's going to be that's going to be a horizontal line. And this will be possibly some resistance. You just gotta watch and see how the price action goes. Watching for the squeeze. Yep, 150. Keep going. You want to see that go definitely up into the 90s. We got the mid 80s claimed. Hopefully it holds here and just keeps pushing into the 87s. And then squeeze on up into the 90s. It's going to grind up. That's what we're looking for. See now I'm back over my 3,000 again. It's like, no big deal. About to punch out right on this next little pop. Next little pop right there. 89. Popped. So, I would keep this normally if I had a little bit of room, but like I said, I want to pass this apex count today on this one. And then, yeah, and then I would, because I have to get, 53, you have to make $3,000 or whatever it is, so you gotta make $3,000 with a $50,000 accounts, but it's just a big game. So there's the pullback. It's still trending up though. Just watch it. I'm gonna answer this. I'll be right back. Yo. I'm good. Sorry. Yeah. Fine. Put the ice on and it's all good. How's school going? I went perfect. Yeah. The nurse is calling me, so. Okay. I'll talk to you. Alright, love you. Right. Perfect. Sounds good. Good. Alright, love you. Bye. Let's see where we're at here. All right, so okay, long above 858. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Sorry, I keep on looking for you, Trapper Man, on Discord. So that's why I'm like looking over there. All right. Anybody out there else trading this stuff or just hanging out? Where are you guys all from? Trapper Man's from Texas, which is probably a cool place to be living for sure. Okay, another Texas. Nice. Hell yeah. Well, this thing's rolling over a little bit here, looks like. So I'm glad I took the profit where I took it. I would have left it on for a minute. Maybe took off one contract. It's coming back down to this support, which, or actually this was resistance, which is now probably going to be support. We'll be turning that one green. We'll see if it holds up. If it does not, you can wait for it to basically, the way it's just that, it's a pretty simple thing. You just wait for the break and retest. Okay, so it breaks, and then you watch it come back up and retest. Okay, what's this thing doing? Retest that level. And just like this broke, came up, it's coming back down, it's retesting it right now, right? And then you can start going long and then give it a few points, to stop out. So right now you'd wait. Hopefully this thing doesn't just rip up, but it probably will because it's just kind of short in here. You just gotta wait. You gotta wait for that thing to come into this support line, let this candle close, and then like your next entry would be at like 75. But if it's tailing down, so this is called a liquidity grab. Okay, so it can come in here and knock out all these quick stops that are super shallow, and then come right back up. And then here, I'll go show you if I could do it here. So if we could hold this, then you go boom, and you go long here. And then now I'm long, okay? Holding long. And then my stop is going to be right here at like 66. Because that was that liquidity grab. Still could go down. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just trying to show you guys how there's that break retest. And this is the retest. And then it was basically getting into the 75s, but I'm going to wait for that. What I'd like to do is get in just a slight bit early on those candles. There is a risk there because it can obviously come against you and then stop you out. And this thing can also just dump quickly. Another, it's going just below. It's coming back up. So this one it's a break. You could say it's a break and retest, but it's still in that same little zone. This isn't exactly, I mean, it's just an area. It's a zone, right? When you have when they have support lines and things. So there you go. There's that push. Look at that, 115, 140. That was that liquidity grab I was trying to tell you guys about. It hits all those stops, comes back in, boom, comes right back in, regains this support line, right? And then goes back up, and then in this area you're gonna have a little resistance up here. So I should probably take some profit, but I want to see it squeeze more. So yeah, go back into the 80s, reclaims the 80s you want to see, and then pop goes back up to the 90s. That's ideal in this candle right now. So 80s, it's holding high, does well. The support's all good, continues right now, maybe a small pullback for a second, continues this little trend line here, and it goes up, this little trend here. I mean, I got lucky on just drawing it for the break and retest, but so this thing came down. Now here we go, mid 80s is next, right? So 1985, this is going to be the next target. You want to see that pop and hit those areas, and then just start pushing. Looks like they're trying to take some profit in here right now. So it's pulling back a little bit. And there's like no volume. This thing ain't even moving, right? And I'm not really trying to let this thing go against me, so I will just dip out if I have to. But it's coming back down into support again. So now those who missed this move on the way up and got squeezed out, maybe they're going to buy back in now. And then you're going to see this thing curl and then come back up off this support line. So we're looking for something like this. Another liquidity grab or something, and then pop, and then go back up. Right off that nice support line. So what was resistance became support. Remember, because it popped through it right here, and then could it become resistance? Nope. Popped through, came back up. It's now support. It's confirmed, and then now to go higher. And if you're freaking out, you're in this trade and you're freaking out for whatever reason, most likely the only reason I would say that anybody ever freaks out is because their contract size is too big, and they absolutely they don't have a plan. They're just getting in. They're like, okay, let me get in here and just hope this is gonna work. And then that's basically kind of the way it goes. I want to see this thing squeeze up. I want to see it squeeze up. It's trading sideways. Watching it. It's probably going to dip right down. Hit a liquidity grab, huh? Could this be a liquidity grab? Oh, look at that. Liquidity grab. Boom. Just hit all those stops. It's messed up, man. Stop hunters. And then just went right back up. See, that's the thing. It's so manipulated. It's like, that's probably an algo doing that. It's so messed up. But you got to watch out, too. I mean, those could have been like shorts covering or whatever. And then so they do that liquidity grab, and then all those guys hit their stops, and then they flush them again, and they actually do screw them over. But this isn't really holding too well in this area. It's kind of coming down, it's grabbing, it's hitting those stops, and then it's kind of going up, but then it's just chopped. It's just trading sideways. It's not really doing much. It's going to come back down, that's fine. I'm going to go long and see if it can grab me down here in the 60s. I'm going to try to grab this. I know it's a falling knife or whatever, but I think it's just a liquidity grab on this, and this isn't going to buy back up. But we'll see. It could start finally like breaking and rolling over here. Like I said, this is like a zone or an area, and this thing's kind of trending down. That's another thing to watch, is this thing is trending down. Below the 3000s again. Here comes some buyers. Maybe they can grab 70s again. Maybe they could push. We'll see. I think they're going to do it, but we'll see. Watching it. I got 2 contracts on. Okay, it's going in that was support. Is it now resistance? It tapped it. See, that's the question. I think it's going to squeeze up. Watching the time and sales. Oh, Trapper invited you? Nice. Well, thank you. We're seeing if the 70s can get reclaimed here and then continue up. Like that. Just go up this way. There we go. See if we can get over the moving averages. This is only a 1 minute though, so see if we can pop over and hold. That was also a good potential short too. Came up, rejected off that support line, and then now it's gonna like flush down, right? That's going to be a play. And then right now, all those guys who just did that short, if the buyers do come in, they're going to squeeze those guys out. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like right now, like the people that are trying to short this. So you're watching the time and sales. Okay, there's buyers, but there's a couple sellers. It's just a tug of war right now. Looking at the volume, there's like nothing for volume. Usually you want to see some good volume. I'm going to take a contract off here just because it doesn't really matter. It's probably going to squeeze for me. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to take off a contract and then it's just going to squeeze right up. Story of my life. I didn't do it. I just said I was going to do it. And then that goes trying to squeeze. Watching it. So it's just kind of fighting and battling this whole little zone here. And this is why... Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, I take off one up there. Took off one. It's not really doing too much. It's going this way, that way. It's just a lot of sideways action. But you want to see this now. I mean, technically, if you wanted to take a look, you hit like this. Put that there. Once that line breaks now. That's not it. All right, so here's your trend line. It's going down, and then it's going into the into this kind of support zone area right here. Okay. Now what we're trying to wait for now is for this thing to either break up or down, right? But if you zoom out a little bit and you start going off like here, you can draw yourself another trend line here, and you can see the flag pattern. So I'll do that. Oops. Pull this out of the way. And that squeezes. That thing squeeze up, huh? There it is. So this thing came back down. There's a trend line on the bottom here. And then you have one coming down this way. This thing squeezed up. This could be a false breakout, by the way. This might not just squeeze all the way up. It could, but it could also be a false breakout. So if you were to short this up here, it hit 80, right? And 80 got rejected last time. It came from the 80s right here and kind of rejected. So I'd just be mindful of it. But it also could squeeze out all those guys that were getting short in here, like I was just telling you guys about. Right here, they're getting short, and it came down, and now they're getting squeezed. And now they have to cover. So then that's going to help push all this up. And then now you got shorts that are up here, in this area that are short. They could potentially get squeezed. This thing hits the mid-80s right here, and it's just going to keep on rocking. Okay? And then now it's going to squeeze up into the 90s, most likely. Hit right up here into the 90s, just like that. Keep pushing in the 90s. Now we got some volume coming in, right? So watching the volume. Volume's coming in. Volume came in great here. Volume's coming in here, almost matching. And they're all buying, okay? Come back down. Test in the mid-80s. Holds. Hopefully it holds. Continues higher. Pushes back up into the 90s. Can the 90s hit? And then push back up even more so. Again, next is the mid-90s, right? You got to watch it hold. Watch the volume. It keeps pushing up. It's keep pushing. I'll take mine out right here. Because I mean, why not, right? And then now the pullback. I already took it out, though. Micro pullback. Okay? This is a micro pullback. You're watching for that pullback. Watching the time and sales. Watching to see if they could break those 90s again. Buyers start coming in and start punching the 88s and the 90s and all that stuff, and you want to watch that. But ideally, yeah, the 85s is a better pullback position. You want to see the 85s hold. and then if not, then the 80s. But the 85s are holding right now. Wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad to kind of maybe put a little tester contract in there on that one, the 85s, to see if you can pull right back up and buy back up. Yep, just like that. I mean, I think look at that. That's a bottoming tail. It's getting momentum. Okay, I would watch it, right? Watch the mid 80s, and I would say if it does come back down, you could add down here in the 80s. You already have a position in the mid 80s roughly, and then you would add again down here in the 80s, and then your stop out would be probably in like the 77s. So now you're good. You come back up. You're probably like in the 83s right now, average. Watching it, and then just watch this price action. And if you don't feel comfortable, having those two contracts on right there, you're like, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to really squeeze up. Because there's, this could be like a little bit of a resistance zone here, which I don't think it is. I think it's just consolidating sideways and it's going to grind higher. I would say it's going to maybe go test the 19.8s again. But it's hard to say because you got some resistance above. You got this right here in the 80s. But right now you would have been like in the 83s, 84s, and then just because the dollar cost average on those two contracts. And so then you could just punch out, or you could just wait and leave a piece on. Like right now, take one out, leave a piece on, and then right here you got yourself like a little a bull flag. So bull flag, will it hit? Who knows? There's a little pennant flag. Pennant flag can shoot all the way up. So right here, it drops down. It holds that small support right there in the 80s, low 80s, and you're watching this thing to go and punch out again. So the pullbacks, if you look at the pullbacks and you look at the volume, it's super low volume on those pullbacks. Big old push up here with volume, and even that pullback was like half the volume. So that just goes to show that they're not like shorting it yet. They're not shorting it yet. And then the way that you can play this too is you can either play like the zones, like 80s, or you can do the mid 80s or high 80s to punch long. That's a little risky being up there, in my opinion, but it's a strategy and it's a plan. So like once these 88s right here get taken out, you're gonna see this thing just potentially push right up like that. Pops up, hits the 90s. Now you need to see more. You need to see continuation and momentum. But those were shorts like going up, screw this, I'm out, and they stopped out. And those were the people that were also buying that new 1 minute to make a new high. And I usually go off the bodies. So like I said, you get in like an 88 circle right here. This would be your entry, and then you risk down into like the 80s. You're risking about $160 on one contract, and then hopefully this thing just squeezes up into the 90s, and then into the mid 90s, and then continuing with momentum up into the 19,800 range. But keep that in mind. There was resistance there. This thing just broke over here, came back down, came back up. You're waiting for that retest, right? So if you want to go short again on this, you would see it come in, retest this, and then you would short it, and then it would go down. Trapper man. Such a slow market. This is rough. This is slow. So see how this came up and it kind of just ran out of momentum. It came up and it's just sitting under here. this would have to be one of those flat top breakouts, but it's against the resistance area, or it's just a tough. This is a tough zone to play, especially when like the momentum's super low. And honestly, I haven't even been like looking at the. I haven't been looking at anything as far as news goes and things like that. So tomorrow's gonna be probably more of a news day. I'd have to look. But this thing's still trending. I mean, you're watching it. It's holding the 80s, holding the mid 80s. It's just kind of dancing around. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys my screen. So that's today. Like I said, today's profit on this test account, whatever. And then you guys saw how I was kind of just dancing around the 3,000 mark. It was going down. I wasn't worried about it. I'm not worried about it because I know how to trade. I mean, sometimes I take a little too much size. I mean, who doesn't, right? Especially when you're doing these like evaluation accounts. So yeah, 3,649. All I needed was 3,000, but I didn't have another account to be messing around and showing you guys with. So, because I already blew this one up, I went way too big on size. Blew this one up, went way too big on size. Every single thing. So if you start like looking at your downfalls on what's going on, it's your downfall most likely is going to be your size. It's the size of your position size. It's almost every time. I wonder if I can I think you could disconnect these, can't you? Let's see here. Chart. I'm gonna see if I can grab I believe my wire's been sent out, so I'm gonna take a look. Oh, and then here's the signatures page on how many of these stupid things have passed. So since March, it's been a lot. A lot of trial and error. Like when you buy, like I said, when you do a lot of those, your size is super huge and big. You can screw yourself. But yeah, I passed all these. Bunch of evaluations passed, but it's just a numbers game, All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna need to find out how, unless you guys know. I'll take that out. Yep, market is definitely down, and not by much, but yeah, then lunch hour. So look at that thing rolling over, consolidated, didn't really do much, and now it's kind of pulling down right into our support line and trend line. So this would be fun. So right here is where you can actually look for a potential reversal, and then go back up and retest. But it is a weaker day. It is a red day. You can be watching a few things, but like right here, like I would be like, okay, let's see how this goes. Because I'm up so much, I'll just take what I would do for a reversal. I'm gonna wait, and then I'll take a position, let it fill me. And the 77s, take 2 contracts. This is a mini scalp. Okay, this is gonna be, I have my support under me. I'm on my trend line, going up, and then this is gonna see if this can pop. So like this would be like, okay, let me make $100. Boom, out 160 right there. Okay, there's those little moves too. Just mini scalps. You take like a kind of a decent size on contracts, and then you could just, and then boom, then you just add to it. So, or you can just hold the trade. But I didn't want to take it to the bottom of this, because if this rejected this little level right here, because it came into resistance and then they sold me off, then I've been screwed. Now, yeah, look at that. If it was a good trade, I should have held it. Here it goes all the way to the top, and then you sell up here, right? How do you feel about... I'm That's fine. I'll make you a mod. How do I do that? Gotta figure that out. Hold on. The problem is, this thing just says like something went wrong, so that's the problem. End stream. I don't want to do that. Add stream marker. I don't know. Create highlights video. No. Look at that, right off the trend line. Not bad. Let's see, this isn't it. So let me switch accounts here on this other one. Stand by. Into the 90s, testing that resistance line. This could be a flat top breakout against resistance. All the shorts are in play. They're thinking, oh, I'm gonna short the top of this, and then they get squeezed, and then this thing just blows through. You want to see the 95s. 95s hold, start getting above that, come back down, hold those mids, and then pop back up right against that resistance, and then just get through it, just break right through it like it is right now. However, remember you have that 19.8 area, which could put in a 20-point drop sometimes, but it could also pop right back over and go to the 19.806. So right now this whole zone starting to become a little bit of support. This is a flat top breakout, like I was just saying. This did not look like it squeezed. So that did not look like a squeeze play. And then you have a little trend line right here. This little trend that's trending up right here. And it's holding trend. This is going to go higher. I can't see this. I mean, maybe it rejects, but you'd have to see a lot of selling just rolling in right now. And then that would be is stopping out those longs. That's the liquidity grab. And those are like market makers, doing all that stuff, and then they'll come. Then the other guys will come right back in and buy that bottom dip, because in that little support area there, and then it can go pop up and over and keep going higher. It's just you gotta have a thesis. You gotta have some kind of theories behind a lot of things. Oh, is that a mod like on the? Are talking about being a mod on here on the Discord? I'm taking a look at it right now. I'm looking at YouTube as well. It's dancing. It's dancing in that zone. Alright, I need to take a look at something else real quick. Yeah, if you want to be a mod, that's fine. I gotta figure it out. I gotta look at cash account just came through, so I gotta see. There's the squeeze. There's the squeeze. They're grinding up, gaining control here. There it is. Into the sixes, right? Usually it pops up into the like 19.86s, and then that's where it's going to make a decision. Right in this area here. Got to the fours. Micro pullback. Holding. Buyers and sellers grinding it out. Little small pullback. I'd say like see if it could hold the mid 90s. Maybe the 19.8s. It's questionable. It might slap down in the 90s. Liquidity grab. Into the mid 90s. At worst case, maybe the 98s. Look right there. And then pop back up. Right there, 98s, pop back up. Yep. Just like that. Come on, you gotta see them sort of grabbing though. And then pushing higher. Just like that. That's that slap. So like people just got those short stops in place and then they just get straight taken out, and then this thing potentially goes higher, and then you go look over at time and sales and you want to see a ton of green coming in. Because sometimes, I mean, maybe it won't work, but if you grab a good little size there for a dip buy, it could be a nice little breakout right here. Because all it needs to do is claim those 19.805s and then just okay, and then push up to the 10s, 15s, 20s, 22, and then it'll just rip on up. And it'll just a nice big old push, because this was that snap. Came back up. Your dip buy was down here roughly to the support. There was your retest, and then you go back up. So you can also still watch it to retest. You can turn this green now. All right. There goes that push into the sixes. Can we get eights? Just watching. All right. I was only trading one account, but individually. There's the eights. Okay, can we push to the tens? Probably micro pullback and then just up to the tens, and then pop up to the 11 and 12s here, and then 15s is the next target. All right, let me. There you go, 12s. Oh, it's getting a little bit of a. Okay, look left, right? What's going on there to left? Okay, so and here's where they have that little bit of little stigma in here, right? Got a little bit of maybe resistance in here. You start looking at this, and then start looking at the 5 minute too, if you want. And you start looking over, and here's what you got. Let's look at. So you got a drop, this base right here, and then a drop. So technically, what you could do right here and right now, just to give you an idea of what's up, is you go to shapes, go to rectangles, and then you kind of go to the top of these candles here, to the bottom of them, roughly, in this area. Double click on that, and then you're going to put red. Apply. So this little red zone here, it's not that red, but this little area here, if you see this come up into here and reject in this zone here, which, yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of momentum, honestly. It's not the greatest supply and demand zone, so it's actually it'd be a supply zone. You want to see this push up into here and then like watch it fail in the 15 to 20 range in here. And then you can get short, and then you'd only risk until like 22, 25 at most. So you can start shorting in here like any time. But you want to watch a good candle, so you get off the 5 minute. Like here's the 5 minute, and then you switch back over to that 100 tick, right? So you go to the 100 tick, open it up, and you see what it's at on a granular scale. Okay, and then see. So what you do is you pull this box over. Okay. And you watch it, and then you also got to watch this trend line. I mean, this trend right here, you might as well you could draw it, but it's pretty obvious. But I'll do it anyways. So you draw up this trend right here, right? It's gonna be more like, and then I'll make it yellow so you guys can see it really well, like I always do. Okay, so you're watching. It's just going up, pulling back, but so now it's in the 8s. You're watching time and sales. Like, do you have any sellers coming in? It looks like they're trying to smack it down a little bit. So a good thing here would be like, okay, it's pulling down, right? This is that supply zone. This is a short zone. This is an area where you get short, and then you risk to like the top of it. Okay, you're watching this. You're watching to see if it can rebound, come back up, and then reject off this trend line that we just drew. I could do one I don't really want to mess this one up because I've already passed it by $800, but so you're watching this. You want to see it pop back up and then fail, like right here in the 8s. So let's see if I can get it to pop up, trap, and then reject, and then come back down. And it's a short trade. Like you don't really have much here. So I'm short now. You don't really have much here. Like it should have been a little higher, I guess. Maybe like the 10s, but that's okay. It is what it is. You want to see this reject, like triple top, so like on the micros. So like pop, pop, pop. Okay, so now it comes back down. You want to see it kind of just fail. Looks like it's kind of holding up, but that's okay. We'll watch it. See if it can come back down to the bottom of the supply zone, and then fail again and snap this bottom here, and just kind of bring it down, and then it's gonna bring it down into like the 8s, like at best. It'd be like cover. Like if you cover right at the 8s, you might get screwed. So I just go like one right there. I'd cover like right there. So we'll watch it. Let's see if it can snap and come back down and just fizzle down. Okay, there's the break. You're gonna see some punches and some stops getting hit because people are just like maybe too big in size or whatever, and then the shorts start coming in to hammer in the bid. Time and sales, you start seeing a lot. And if it snaps that 05, right? So if that 05 doesn't hold, it held. Oh, really? It got down to the 350 mark. That's okay. I still got time. Watching it, seeing this thing, it's going to do a liquidity grab. Come on, guys. There's no way. Why wouldn't it? I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. It's going to come down here. It's going to slap the 19.8s or whatever and test it, right? And then it's either going to buy back up from there, but it looks like people are just getting in early. But that's fine. Going back up to the 8s. It's lower. That's a lower. That's lower. That's lower. Could be just jumping off support though, and then just gonna break out, right? There's always that case too. You just have to have a plan in place, like where are you gonna get out, right? Let's see if you can bring it back down. Looks like it's kind of gaining some momentum off that bounce down here. But I don't, when it's like a small, it's like a micro high, micro lower high, micro lower high. Just something to watch for. I've got a lot of room though, obviously, in this account. I've already passed it. I do want to get out of here, and look at that, it keeps on holding the bottom on this supply zone. $60. I'm not getting out till you hit me. Hit me. I'm not getting out. I'm gonna be stubborn. Boom. There we go. Got covered, just in case it bounced off that big wick, like off that 800 there. There's the shot though. Up 950 more. Let's see what I'm at on the day. 3,950 on this trip. I don't even need it. I'm already done. It's over 3,000. So that's what I'm talking about, like little supply and demand zone. So there's the demand zone, or that's the supply zone. Remember, just broke this here, and I was watching it come back up to retest in this area. So then I was like, I'll get short early. Came up a little bit against me, a little bit of drawdown. Came back down, rolled, played a little game, bounced off here. Now it's trying to kind of play back up in here. You could draw another line here across and see if there's going to be like a reversal. It's just not smart going long up here, in my opinion, because you have just all this resistance and all this noise that was over here. And if this just cracks, because it's already down on the day, if this thing just cracks and rolls back over and goes back down and tests low a day, I mean, you're to blame for that one. So have a plan. Yeah, it was a nice trade. Not bad. What else? Let's see here. What else? I do want to see. I'm going to try one of my other accounts. I'll pull one from here. Trade of 8. Should have 7,500 in that account. Just uploaded. I just oh, whoops. We're seeking trades. I just funded that account with 7,500. Start. Let's see here. Let's see here. Gonna look something up. All right, let's see here. So it looks like it's just kind of range trading in there in a tight consolidating range. This could also be like, just accumulating a short position. Honestly, this is all just like accumulating shorts and more short. And then eventually this thing can roll over. I mean, it is holding, I get it, but if you think this thing's going to break out and you're just kind of getting in, and then all of a sudden this thing goes against us and it comes down here and it cracks, you're going to have a hell of a flush. So this is like either accumulating a short position right now with some large size, but just absolutely limping into the short position, because you can see it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down, and getting potentially accumulated. Or it's just, trading sideways and it's chopping around and it's waiting for a nice breakout. You just got to watch the range and the levels. So looks like the best it got up to is 19,812. It's just hacking around. All right, let's see here. I'm just trying to see if I could, if there's a way for me to hide my details on my on my live account. Not too familiar with that. Because I know that on Thinkorswim you can definitely hide the details on your account number and all that stuff. I just don't feel like blasting it out to the internet. Just taking a look. I got 6 screens here that I'm dealing with, so I'm just gonna find out. Let's see here. Is there a way to hide you? Is there a way to hide you? Go to replay. Actually, I have to rebuy the data plan because I didn't do that yet. You've not subscribed. Delayed. I have to go to the... See, every time it gets up there, it just kind of smacks down. Just trading in that range. Pushed up there and tested the top, though, for a minute there. Spiked up. Right up in here. Spiked up and then to the 12s. Could be breaking out. I mean, it's holding, right? It's just consolidating sideways, and then it's got to... Hopefully you're in down here, It's the only thing. Alright, I'm taking a look here. I need to add some stuff. Let's see here. Move this out of the way. Let's see if I can... Okay, preferences, subscriptions. I need market data again. I don't need level 2 because I have it on the other one. Update subscription. Cool. Yeah, I get it. You get charged every month. It doesn't matter where you do it. You've been charged. Watch. Spark's business card has been charged. Yes. Yes, it has. Let's see here. $12 a month. Update subscription. Billing history. Next billing is going to be September 1st. It's kind of accumulating there. It's looking like it's going to start creating the flat top breakout. Can it hold? Can it hold? And then your stop out's going to be in the 20s. Alright, I need to go now to this account. I'm going to log out and log back in because it's on delayed data. Don't want that. Start trading live. It's pushing. It's pushing. Squeezing. I went long for the squeeze. On the sell, will it fill me? At the 20. Pulled out. Let's see. I'm gonna see if it can squeeze up higher. There's a squeeze. Oop. It's getting bought up on the bottom there. 15s, come on, 15s hold. We gotta hold. 15s are holding, pushing to the 20s. Watching it go to the 20s. Come on. Come on, squeeze it up. Squeeze it up. There it is. I got it. I got to fill in the early or the small 20s or in the 20s. 21 area or something like that. Look at that thing squeezing up 22s. That's all right. I'll peek my screen over, but I guess I can't. I'll just take a screenshot. Snip. Hold on. Got a new one here. I will just do a little. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do a new screenshot, but I'll just block out my account info. It's probably the smarter thing to do. That's it. Save. $75 win. $74.32. I don't want to be crazy. Screenshot, which I name this. I should name it. I'll just put 7,500 account live account. Screenshots, cool. I'm gonna upload this one on. You want to get an account? You should. I mean, it doesn't take very much. I mean, it's pretty inexpensive for the most part. Obviously, the trading the. I would trade the. What do you call it? I would do the prop firms because it's just like if you don't. The only problem is the rules on there and stuff, and then. But the thing is, with the prop firms, is you don't have to worry about BS rules, dude, you know? Look at that. It's popping out of that resistance zone. So now you would hold the 20s as the support. But yeah, I mean, prop firms are great. I got my live account, but I got to figure out how I can cover it up or something. I could probably cover it up with a picture, actually. That's what we could do. We'll find out what this is. What the heck is this thing? I'm gonna bring this thing forward. I gotta find out what this is here on my OBS. Hide. What is this? Dude, full screen protector. There's a way you can bring it forward. Just gotta figure it out. Full screen, lock, add, image. Sure. Add image. Add existing. Bear with me, bear with me. This thing's ripping a little bit. It's kind of pushing, it's grinding. It's not ripping, it's grinding. There it is. Maybe. Enable preview, screen preview. I don't know. I'll upload that in Discord. My little $75 win. $7,500. There you go. It's all right there. It's pulling back. It's going to test that area right there. Hopefully that's going to hold the support. I will draw a line. This. Hold on. It's basically, what is it, 20s? Yeah, the 20s should be the hold. That's going to be the possible support line in the 20s, 1920s area. It's popping up. Unfortunately, there's a little resistance right there. The 24s needs to pop over the 25s and then grind back up to the 30s, the 28s to the 30s. I almost took that trade on the live account, but I did not. But I was gonna. To the 30s. 29, 30 pop, 27, 29, 29, 75. This could be a possible double top and then roll over. But it's looking strong. This thing is trending up. That just was a pullback into support and then a pop higher. Not saying it can't come right back down though. And if it does pull back down, I would expect it to pull back down to like the 26s. Just to be able to get a couple people to do the dip buy. And then pop up through the 30s and start ripping. Test those 50s eventually, right? Slow day. There it goes. 30s, 40s, squeezing all the way up into these 50s that we have as a resistance line up here. Long on the 41s. Watching for the micro pullback. Let's see if we can hold here. Hoping it can continue higher. Pushing. .38s, 39s. Come on, we need to see a push here. Pushing. Pushing higher. Alright, we're going up. Going up. 45s. Come on, 45s. Struggling. Struggling. I need to see them. Come on. There's no green. The green's getting weak. Watching the time and sales. Okay, let's see some buyers step in here in the low 40s. It's kind of a grind here. They're going back and forth. Need to see some buyers step up. Okay, it's pushing up. Some greens coming in. A little bit. It's chopping. Watching it. I don't want this to be a double top. And I'm going into that resistance area. Watching it. Okay, it's going to push to the mid 45s here. Mid 45s. Come on, pop up. It's just not doing it. That's my bike. Getting some resistance in there in the 45s. Pull back down to the 40s. Watching it. Still watching it. I don't like that 5-minute candle up there. It's possible rejection. Watching it though. 45s is gonna rip. Keep pushing, baby. Come on. Push. Push. It's not doing it. There we go. 45s. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Bye, bye, bye. Come on. Squeeze up. Squeeze up. Squeeze up. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm getting out. Boom. I'm out. Because that thing's just not... It should squeeze to the 50s, but it just got weak right there in the 47s, and I'm like, this thing needs to rip. It probably will. I just don't want to... I don't want to do that right into a resistance line right here. I'm not doing that. And I understand the 50s are right there, but then there could be a big old pullback and rejection. So I made... No, I'm total up for... it's 183. We could always go live on the Discord too, if you guys want to chat on there. You guys chat on? Do you chat on there?
Yeah.
Nice. This Trapper Man, right? So yeah, I just pulled another one on the live account. It's hitting the 50s now, but it was just like, I mean, I know it's trending up, but it could also just rip back because it was going into that little bit of resistance that I got on here on the live on YouTube, and it's just, I don't want to get rejected and then just have it flush down on me. Not with real cash.
Nah, I feel
Yeah. Are you trading a demo account or anything, or are you get a prop firm?
I'm trying to follow along on trading with you.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't have the exact ticker.
What are you on? What platform?
NASDAQ Mini 224. I'm using TradingView.
Oh, TradingView. Gotcha. Do they have a live trading platform? Is it up to date? Like, is it up to?
Yeah, I can try. Maybe. I have a account.
Oh, okay.
Found it.
I know that if you, I think it's like Tradeovate also. If you pay $14 a month or whatever it is,
Okay.
it's not a lot, but it's not like gonna kill you. But here goes. Oh, look at that rejection. Weird. It's pulled back. It's got to hold the 45s, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it just rolls over because it's hitting this resistance line up here in the 50s. And now it's pulling back to the 45s. And this is where I think it's going to just, it's got a potential to roll over. If it cracks this area, it's going to break structure in the 45s, come down to the 40, like 37, 40s, come back up, and then just retest these 45-ish area, and then roll over again. That means it's gonna, you're starting to see the backside of this trade. I might go short here. I'm gonna take a short, see what happens. I'm gonna try it. It might go against me, but
Go for it.
it's on the cash account. I could see him getting trapped, and then just I could also give it all back. You can squeeze because it's like, you know, it held that little 45. Yeah, it's holding. Now it's got buyers coming in. Let's see if it holds. I don't think so. I think it's gonna flush. Here it goes. Come on. Unfortunately, I'm in at 47.50 short, but I think it's gonna be just fine. It'll come back down for me to the 45s at least, and 44s.
It's just a slight delay between the Bitcoin and
Right. Okay, it's right at my short mark. This is the moment of truth. Snap it. Come on. Snap. I don't want buyers coming in. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, almost to break even. But it's trending down. So, I think I'm going to be okay. Yep, there we go. It's flushing. I'm up $20. Keep going. Oh, it's coming back against me. I think it's just a little coverage, no big deal, hopefully. Ah, they bought it. They bought it off the 45s. 50s is possibly rejecting. Yep. Come on. It is a higher low, though. But we'll see. We'll see if this can hold. If I was long right here, I'd be freaking out. Waiting. This can go either way. Looks like they're trying to hold the 50s.
yeah.
It's almost like I bought support where I got short. No.
Yeah.
Squeezing.
Ooh.
It's going against me. I'm almost break even on my account because of the. Okay, 55s. I'm holding it because I think it's got one more pullback. It's got one more pullback in it. Just salvage some capital here. See, now it's holding up at the 50s. Ripped against me here. Come back down. Oh, it's going. It's going against me. I gotta get out. Now I'm down a few. Yeah, I lost 122 on that. And the profit. And the reason why is because it's just squeezing, so that's fine. It's finally getting over that little resistance threshold, which is good. That's good. I mean, now it can go possibly up to high a day, but it's trying to rally. It just went red to green. I gotta watch that too. So red to green move. It's now positive on the day. Let's see if I can get another pullback to the 57s. '60s. Got buyers coming in at 62. I'll even get in high here at 64. It's fine. If I can get grabbed here. Nope. No pickup for me. They're going to squeeze her up to the 70s now, probably. That'd be a big move. But it can happen. Just need volume. Dude, this music's gotta go. '60s holding. It's trending up. It's looking nice. 65s. Back down to the 60s. It's got a hold here.
Where is it at right now?
I'm at in the 60s here. Looking for it to hold. I got filled. I'm gonna see if this thing can punch up. It's questionable. Should break out here and go start pushing higher. There we go. Keep going. 35. Small trend down. I'd like to see it pop right back up. I don't need to see this bottom break though. That'd be terrible. Look at this thing. No. Bottom break. Let's see if we can pop back up here. It's not looking like it. Trying to reclaim 60. Come on. There we go. Come on. Keep going back up. I'm long at 62.75. Watching. Looks like it's trying to roll over. Hopefully it can just continue up here. Get a little momentum. Come on. Pop back up. You got this. I think it'll be fine. It'll go test. I'll go up to the 67s. Trending down. They want to pop over that 60. Buyers coming in. Green candle. Oh. Flushing down. Volume's kicking in. They're buying the dip. They're starting to push a little higher. Just consolidating. It's just super slow. Just grinding down, grinding down. No, nobody's grabbing this. Let's see if they can grab it off the 50s. Snapping the 50s. Oh, Jesus. Back. That was a liquidity grab. I'm still holding through it. But if that 50 rejects, you need some buyers in here now. Reversal.
Bounced off the 50.
Yeah, it snapped the 50, came down. It's struggling. Pushing up, see if it can reclaim 50, get its way back up to 60.
Probably gonna consolidate some more.
That's that support line right there. See if it could hold. I'm just watching it. Let's see, God. Watching it. See if we can get up. Start grinding back up off the 50s here. Just needed to pop right off the 50s up.
Yeah.
It's getting sold into a little bit. I'm getting out of there. It's not looking good. It might hold, but it's not really. It's just chop. It's chopping around. This whole thing's just not holding. It's a double top potentially. That one was higher. It would have to hold here and keep going up, but. It's got resistance here at like the 53s.
53, maybe 54.
Yeah. Looking left. 54, yeah, 54.50. This whole thing could be also like a little, like a head and shoulder pattern too. And the snap would be like in the 40s. Just watching it. In the 50s again. New candle, make a new high. 52.25. Anticipating possible squeeze up, but I don't think so. I don't think this is gonna hold. I could.
Let's go touch that 54.
I got in for a squeeze. Got in for a squeeze up. 50, 60, 80, 85 to the moving average. 56, squeezing up, 75, 55s, 80, 90, 100 on the P&L. Squeezing up, going to the 60s. Hopefully. I don't know, 57s might get shot down.
Yeah, 52.
Squeezing up. Come on, keep squeezing. It's getting weak. I'm out. Got a little bit back. Yeah, a little bit back. Still down 283. But I got up top on that candle, which is nice. And I'm only doing one contract, so it'll take a minute. It's always different with a live account with your cash. It's always different with the cash. Gotta have definitely like a max that you lose in a day and max on a trade and all that. You know, just gotta be comfortable with what you're doing. Because if not, you'll blow up accounts. I've lost. I've lost accounts before, for sure. It's already pulling back. It's rejecting.
$65.
That's way delayed if you're on 65s. That was like 15 minutes ago.
Oh, sheesh.
Maybe 10?
Maybe I am on delay, but
Yeah. Because it's right now it's at 1953. Just being patient. I wonder if this is going to break trend and squeeze higher. This is just such a bizarre slow day. Like literally slow day. I'd almost like be fine to short this, but I'm short at 54. It's gonna take a small scalp. 70, 80, 60 bucks. Whatever. I saw it happening. It was just setting up. Now I'm down 219. So I was at 283 on the down. This thing might crack. This is that little mini head and shoulders pattern crack down into like the 40s, but that means the 50s has to break, and sometimes it happens, it just breaks, but I can't just take that as a short. Too many people buy up the 50s. It's getting some momentum here. We'll go 52.75, see if we can grab a. Okay, I'm long 52.75. There's the pop. Going up into the 55s. Go if I get another $60 scalp. I'll go 56s. Come on, right there. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right there. They can't get it. They can get it. They can get it. Come on, pop it up. 55s. Keep pushing. Alright, got filled. That's nice. It got me a few more dollars there back. What am I down now? 154. Small micro scalps. That's all I'm doing, just to try to get back somewhat even here. It's just weird. It's just such a bizarre trading day. Dream 13. Punch deck. Okay. How are we looking here? Oh, squeezing up to the 60s. It's starting to wake up a little bit, I feel like. Looking down at the volume. No, but it is getting a little bit of instancing. Shorten it. See if we can get a little rejection off these 60s. It's flush. It's pulling back. 57s. $35, $40 up. 35, 40, 50. I'm gonna put it in for the 57s. Oh, it popped up. 57's where I'm out. Come on. 57, hit me up, hit me up. $57. Boom, got me. Pulled me out of that a little bit, so it was a small snipe. Down 110. It's a lot better than $400 or $500. All right. You should put up a poll in the comments again. You said me? Is that me? Are you trading futures? Yes, no.
Yeah, I took it earlier. We were having people jumping in and out.
Yeah.
I was just going to put up a poll together.
Let me see if I can do that. I don't really do too much on here. I'm just got a little small channel going and just people want to kick it and learn. Let's do it. This is not very fun to trade, honestly. This is just a bunch of grind. That after hours the other day was better than this.
Yeah.
It was moving at least. This is like, I'm like sitting here telling you guys like, okay, look it comes down here, gonna get in long here, risk the here, get out here. Like I could just talk my way through a nice little after hours trading, dude. This is like, this is terrible. This is like watching paint dry. Oh my god, come on. Watching it. It's probably just gonna. It's not going down. It's trending up, so it's kind of pulling back small. But if you put yourself in a good 20-point risk, not that I want to do that. Maybe if I was on the MNQs, which I can do, because I can trade this account any way I want. Watching it. Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can get a poll going. I can't because. Let's see if I can refresh this. It's gonna kind of knock it off the YouTube for a second, but something went wrong. Something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. That's not right. Views. What do we got here? Yep, not doing anything. It's not doing nothing. The imbalances, though, would be good. And power hours coming up, too, so hopefully it starts getting a little bit more live. I'd actually like to get a little bit of money going here, too. Like actual cash. How do I do this? Add screenshot, screen view. I want to add a picture, dude. Let's see, image. Add a scene, text, video capture, window. I'm in OBS, just messing around with this real quick. It's not doing nothing. It's sitting in the 60s, but it might start pushing higher, but it ain't doing nothing. It's kind of waking up. Squeeze the. Might squeeze up. Small pullback. I'm gonna go long here. 2 contracts. See if I can scalp a couple contracts. Nope, got them. Let's see if we can go to the 65s. It's got room to squeeze. Squeeze on up. Go ahead. Come on. Don't deny it. Of course it goes down. It's getting bought up, sorta. Getting bought off the 60s, 57s, I mean. Tail, bottom and tail. Oh, dude, nasty slam into the 57s with some decently large size. Oh my god, what are the odds of that? Just rejected. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding. Flushing. They're just getting bought now. Maybe. $47s. Oh, it's getting finally pushed down a little bit here. Did it go red? Just went from green to red. I'm going to take a little bit of a stab at this to drop into the 40s. It looks like they're buying it up. Or they're buying it off support. It just doesn't seem like it would want to hold. Took a bottom break. There we go. It's flush. Okay. Flush now. Flush, flush, flush. There we go. There's $80. 80, 90. Into the 45s. 45s. Coming back in. I'm gonna hold it for a second here. See if it can't hold. I'd hold. So volatile. So they bottom dipped it, bought that, and I don't think I'd want to go long here in the 50s. That's just me though. See what the market wants to do. It's pulling back into where I got in short. Okay, now we're back at the money. Down to the mid 40s. Come on. Keep pulling. It'll stop by the 54s if it hits up there. I hope it doesn't. I hope it just keeps on pulling back. No mid 50s. Keep pulling. Pull down. Let's go. Pull down. Show me the flush. All the way down. Let's go. Take out those 50s. Nobody wants those. Nobody's holding those up. There's no buyers. This is light volume. Pull it down. Keep pulling. This is looking weak. They're selling it off. Come on. Sell it off. $49s. Pretty much even. Pretty close to even here. And the money a little bit by even. Kind of even. There's a pop and there's a drop. Okay, it's flushing. Hopefully it takes out these bottoms here and hits stops. It stops at the 45s. Nope, they're rebuying it. Now they're pushing it back down. It's just sideways action. It's just straight chop. Ah, it stopped me out. What am I down? 677. Well, I'm going to wait until the market starts spicing up because right now it's just, of course it slams right back down to the 50s there. Just got slammed. Just sideways, just super slow day. Alright. Something went wrong. What's up with you, YouTube? What are you doing? What are you doing? Search? There's like a little repair guy on here. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Back into the 50s again. Just doing nothing. Right into that support zone, basically. Now it breaks. Oh, come on. Now you break. Taking out the bottoms. 40s. I was right. I was right. Into another little support area. Into the 30s now, 34s. Wow. Into the support line. Will it hold? I'm grabbing 37 scalp here for long, for a little reverse pop up. See if we can get it. Grabbed a few contracts. It's a little risky considering it's going down right now. It's like catching a falling knife. I don't want to work at the circus, but let's see what we got here. 30, 50, 60, 70. Ooh, come on. Reclaim. Reclaim. Reversal. Nope. Wow. Flush down. Dang. Snap me out. Couldn't catch that. Snap down into support. As we're seeing right here. Back into the support. This would be the reversal right here. 40s going back up to the 50s. I'm gonna do one contract short just in case this is just a lie. A false reversal in the 40s. Have it flush right back down into the 30s. Nope. It's getting legs. Watching it. It's trending down now. There we go. Back down, testing the 40s. Hopefully it's going to snap. Snap the 40s and go back down into the mid 30s. Snapping 40s. Kind of holding. Bouncing off the 40s. Snapping 40s. Snap the 40s. Flush down to the 30s. Market's red again. We'll see if it can continue on here. It's going to just whip around. Getting bought up off the 40s. Retesting the 50s. Pushing the 50s. I'm going to add short. It's a little bit of a risk, but it just seems like it could reject. Or not. There it goes through the 50s. Hopefully just a flush right back down. Watching it. Kind of holding the 50s. I'm in the 44s. Two contracts, unfortunately. The break and retest, but let's see where we're at here. Pulling back into the 50s. Hopefully it's going to break these. Pull back into the 40s. It's a tug of war at the 50s. It's getting heavy. It's getting heavy. Pulling down to that support line, unfortunately. '50s are sort of holding up. I'm short. Getting squeezed out. Like to see this thing just snap down. Snap down. Down. People are buying. It's getting bought up. It's getting just straight chopping. The chop is real. Flush down to the 48s. There we go. Back down to the 44s. Roughly even here. Roughly. The 48s. And getting bought right back up into the 50s. Still gonna hold. See if this thing can not get bought back up. But it is. It's Sorta. Kind of turning over. A little bit of a flag there. They're buying it. Oh, dude, there you go. It's breaking out. Some people are kind of getting on it. Not really. Sort of getting rejected. Back down. In the 50s again. It's just chopping. Chop is real. Hopefully it gets denied here and pushes down. That's just a tap. Possible breakout. Okay, it's pulling back in. I need to go back down to the 30s. Just watching it. These 49s. Okay, now it's popping back up. It's going for the mid 50s, I think. Pulling back down. Going back up, pulling back down. Pulling back down. Very good. Into the 40s. Oh. Holding again. It looks like it wants to just roll over and flush. Like, it really does. There it goes. There we go. Back down to the almost break even. I got a cover down here. So I can not as... I was break even for a second there. I'm gonna hold it. Holding. It's flushing into where I'm even right now. Even. Break even. God dang it. We keep on buying it up. Took a small loss of one of those contracts. Just want to see if it could just keep coming down. Nope, it's getting bought up. They're buying those dips. I don't think they are, but just some cover going on. See if it can crack and come down. Then again, it could just rip right back up there into the 66s, so. There's that big push. Buyers coming in. Power hour, it's noon, so they might want to push it and just go green. Very close to green. That's a nice wick. Look at that thing getting rejected. 55s, slam back down to the high 40s. I'm gonna probably buy up here. Two contracts long for the squeeze. See if I can get it. Squeezing. Here we go. Squeezing. 55, 60s. Can we get the 60s? Holding. I'm at the 53s right now. Come on. Don't deny it. Let's pull back. Hopefully it just keeps on pushing up. Squeeze them out. Would have squeezed me out. There we go. 80s. 60s, 80s. 55s. 58s. One more push. Small micro pullback. So I'm probably gonna push a little bit higher here. Squeeze on up into the 60s. Pulling back kind of hard. This is lame. Just chop into the 50s. Getting bought back up now. Into support. It's in the 50s now, getting bought up maybe. If this doesn't roll over. Come on, go higher. Let's go. Buy it up. Squeeze it up. Squeeze it up. It's holding on to 51s. I'm in the 5350s. Holding. Okay, we're kind of getting even-ish. I have to take out a contract here. Holding. Hoping it's gonna just squeeze up. I mean, it's looking like it should. Down to the 110s. I'm gonna hold. I know how these are consolidated and holding. They're holding. It's gonna squeeze out, hit go right back up into the 60s, 65s. Especially power hour. Hoping it goes red to green squeeze. I don't want to see that pullback though. I do have to put in a stop. I'll leave 46.50. There's a squeeze, 110. Good, keep going. Keep going. 57s, 140. Oh, God, I should have took out more earlier. Squeezing up. I'll stop if it hits 53.75. Whoops, that's too many contracts. It's one. Watching for the squeeze on the right here. Back up to this. It hit 58. 58 get hit, get taken out again, and we're gonna go back up to the 60s. And then into the 65s. That's what we're looking for here. The long. There we go. Struggling. It's back into my break even now, roughly. 55s. Man, this thing's just a chop. Slam back down. Slam, slam, slam. Back into support. Added contracts back and averages 52. I want to see a nice big buy and a big old wick back up. Let's see it. This is the 5 minute. We're going to go to the ticks. There we go. There we go. 52s. I'm in the 52s. We need to see that thing squeeze all the way up into like the 55s. Come on. Keep going. 54s. 54.25. Covered one contract. Got some bucks back on that. Keep squeezing. Let's go. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. You got more to go. To the 58s. Come on. Buyers are coming in. I don't know. It's looking like it's rejecting. I'm gonna add one more spot. I didn't get it. My average now is 50s. We need to go one more pop. I don't want this to drop. I don't want it to drop through this. This could be a nasty flush if it does. This could be not good because they only have one contract. I'm gonna watch this. Looking for buyers. Buyers are coming in at 49s, pushing through the 50s, 51s, pushing through. On my average is right here. Watching. There's a pop and a drop to the 45s. They're gonna keep this a red day, maybe. Power hours coming in. That's pulling me out here. It's just hitting stops. Could be going down to the 30s again. Jimmy's hitting me up. I'm gonna see what I can do with this. What's up? No. No, I don't. You're killing me. I'm sore, dude. But I'm alright. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Nice. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just trading and just kicking it. Yeah. I'm not dying. Dude, that was crazy, dude, yesterday. Dude, it was I'm all going down. Like, I was even telling him, I'm like, I'm all, yeah, he's bringing me with him. He's like, I love you, dude. You have no idea how cool it is here. Come here, come with me. I'm gonna get out of this trade. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm just hanging in there, dude. Dude, it's no fun. That's all I know. Yeah, dude, my pulse dropped out to 22, and I was like, oh, my pump ain't working, dude. I immediately got fucked up. And then they called the fucking, holy decode crash car shit. Oh, fuck. Dude, like an easy decode. You guys are where? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just fucking sitting around doing nothing. Thanks for the call, dude. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Right, so we got a little bit down here, waiting and waiting. You still around, Trapper? Down to the 30s now. 37s. See if there's gonna be a little reverse here. I'm gonna end this.